And let me say thank you to your new state senator, Pete Flores. First Republican elected in this district in over a century. Thank you for your leadership, my friends, standing and fighting for freedom and for the people of Texas. Today is an incredible time to be a Texan. Of course, every day is an incredible time to be a Texan. But this election is about a fundamental choice. A choice for our country and a choice for the state of Texas. What road we go down, where we go, and I'll tell you, there is no race in the country that presents a starker divide than the U.S. Senate race here in the state of Texas. The difference between my record and my Democratic opponent, Congressman O'Rourke, is night and day. So let's talk about specifics. On taxes, I've been proud to work hand in hand with the President and my colleagues in Congress, passing the biggest tax cut in a generation. We cut taxes on small businesses. We cut taxes on farmers and ranchers. We doubled the child tax credit from $1,000 per child per year to $2,000 per child per year. Which is real money in the pockets of hard-working Texas families. We doubled the exemption from the death tax, which means 2/3 of the farms and ranches and small businesses that would have been hit by the death tax are now totally exempt. And where's Beto O'Rourke when it comes to taxes? He's for more taxes and higher taxes. He voted against the tax cut. He voted against making your individual tax cut permanent. And he's been very candid. He wants to raise your taxes. He thinks he knows better how to spend your money than you and your family know how to spend the money you earn. Not only that, before he was in Congress, he was in the El Paso City Council. He voted repeatedly in favor of higher property taxes. He even voted in favor of something called a rain tax, which I don't even know what that is. But here in Texas, we celebrate when it rains. We don't tax you for it. How about regulations? I've been proud to work hand in hand with the President repealing job-killing regulations, regulations that were hammering Texas, that were hammering oil and gas and farmers and ranchers and ag. And as a result of cutting job-killing regulations and passing the tax cut, the Texas economy is booming. Right now today in Texas, we are producing 33% more oil than we produced in 2016. Nationally, unemployment is at the lowest rate in 49 years. The last time unemployment was this low was 1969, which is the year before I was born. Which means I have not breathed a breath of air on planet Earth with unemployment as low as it is right now today. And if you break down the demographics, it's even more compelling. Right now today, African American unemployment is at the lowest level ever recorded. is at the lowest level ever recorded. And youth unemployment. We got a bunch of young people here today. Youth unemployment is at the lowest level in 52 years. At the end of the day, it ain't rocket science. If you cut taxes, you simplify the tax code, you repeal job-killing regulations, then small businesses grow and prosper, and the state of Texas does great. So where's Beto when it comes to job-killing regulations? He's for them. He wants to bring back the Obama-era regulations that hammered the state of Texas. In fact, Beto voted in favor of a $10 a barrel tax on every barrel of oil produced in the state of Texas. Now look, that is a great vote if you're raising money in San Francisco. They'll pour you extra Chardonnay for that vote. But that is a terrible vote if you actually care about jobs in the great state of Texas. Because there are millions of jobs in Texas that depend directly and indirectly on energy and on oil and gas. You got all the people that work in energy. But every one of them, they go out, they buy cars and trucks. Actually, they just buy trucks. They buy homes. They get health care, they go to doctors, they give to their churches, they give to charities, they give to schools, they pay taxes which fund our police and firefighters, and they generate hundreds of millions of dollars of funds for our public universities. If you care about jobs in Texas, you want to see a thriving energy sector, you don't vote like Beto O'Rourke has for taxes and regulations that hammer oil and gas in Texas. You know, Beto is a leading proponent of the Obama Paris Climate Accord. That would have killed thousands of jobs in the state of Texas. I'll tell you, I spent 45 minutes on Air Force One with the president, urging the president to pull out of that deal. It was bad for Texas, it was bad for jobs, and President Trump did the right thing, and he pulled us out of the agreement. But how about health care? I've been proud for the last 6 years to lead the fight to repeal the train wreck, the disaster that is Obamacare. Obamacare has hurt millions of Texans in many, many ways, but the biggest way is it's caused health insurance premiums to skyrocket. Average families' premiums have increased over $5,000 a year under Obamacare. And I hear every day as I travel the state of Texas, Texans tell me, I can't afford health insurance anymore. Our central objective needs to be to lower premiums to make health insurance more affordable for Texans. Now, how do you do that? How do you lower premiums? Well, economics 101. If you want prices to go down, you want more choices, you want more options, you want more competition, you want more consumer freedom. What does Obamacare do? Fewer choices, less option, less competition, less consumer freedom. That drives prices through the roof. So where's Beto on health care? Well, he supports Obamacare. He's voted in favor of Obamacare 67 times. But even that's not enough for him. He wants to do even more damage, and Beto O'Rourke supports full-on socialized medicine, putting the federal government in charge of your health care and your doctor. Now let's see, putting an unelected federal bureaucrat in the position to decide when, how, and if you and your family get health care. What possibly could go wrong with that? And that is not Texas. How about the Supreme Court? I have been proud to lead the fight to confirm Justice Neil Gorsuch and Justice Brett Kavanaugh. For every one of us who cares about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, who cares about free speech and religious liberty, who cares about the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms, who cares about the 10th Amendment right for the federal government to leave us the hell alone. It is the courts that are at the crossroads between either defending those rights or tearing them down. And I have to say, the behavior of Senate Democrats during the Kavanaugh confirmation hearing was disgraceful and one of the saddest chapters in the history of the Senate. You saw Senate Democrats, they weren't interested in fairness. They weren't interested in truth and finding out what happened. They weren't interested in due process. They simply wanted political theater. They showed that they were willing to go into the gutter to traffic in every uncorroborated allegation they could find to try to smear Judge Kavanaugh and his family.
Yes, that's right.
And just for the record, I am not Spartacus. But you know, if Beto O'Rourke had been in the Senate, he'd have been happy to put on the toga and join the Spartacus service. How about Israel? For the last 6 years, I have been proud to be the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate. And today, our embassy in Israel is in Jerusalem, the once and eternal capital of Israel. I urged President Trump to move the embassy, and he made the bold and courageous step and moved it. And the day the embassy opened, I was there in Jerusalem for the opening of the embassy. Where's Beto on Israel? Bad news. He has got the worst record on Israel, the most anti-Israel record of any Democratic Senate nominee in the country. Yes. So, let me give some specifics on this, because specifics matter. In 2014, when Hamas was raining rockets down on Israel, Beto O'Rourke became one of eight members of the House of Representatives to vote against funding Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system. The missile defense system that was saving the lives of men, women, and children in Israel from those Hamas rockets. He voted against it. Now, virtually every Republican voted yes. Virtually every Democrat voted yes. Nancy Pelosi voted yes. Maxine Waters voted yes. Beto O'Rourke voted no, and he wouldn't stand with Israel. And how about immigration? There is no race in the country with a starker divide on immigration than the U.S. Senate race here in the state of Texas. As for me, I am incredibly honored to have received the formal endorsement of the National Border Patrol Council, the union of the men and women who risk their lives keeping our nation safe. And I want to thank Paul Perez for traveling the state with me, barnstorming the state. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for standing up and defending the state of Texas. So where's Beto on immigration? It ain't good.
Pretending like he's Mexican.
So not only does he oppose a wall, but he says we have too many border walls and fences already. We need to tear down the border walls that we've already got. He supports sanctuary cities. And he opposes Kate's Law. I'm the author of Kate's Law in the Senate. And Beto has said he is, quote, open to, now these are his words, not mine. He is, quote, open to abolishing ICE. Now, when he got pressed on that, he doubled down. He said, maybe we shouldn't just abolish ICE. Maybe we should abolish the entire Department of Homeland Security. Listen, that is radical, that is reckless, and that's not Texas. In Texas, we are proud to stand along the heroes, the men and women of Border Patrol, the men and women of ICE, the men and women of law enforcement who risk their lives to keep our communities safe and our families safe. And absolutely our veterans and our active duty military who protect and bled and fought and died for the freedoms we enjoy. Not only that, Beto O'Rourke is the only Democratic Senate nominee in the country who has explicitly come out for impeaching President Trump. And he has said he would vote right now, today, to impeach Donald Trump. So listen, this lays out the stakes of this election crystal clear. There are two paths before us for the state of Texas and for the country. The first path, I'm going to call the alpha path. That's the path that common sense conservatives all across Texas and all across the country, we show up in big numbers, we hold the House, and we grow our majority in the U.S. Senate. We come back next year and we cut taxes even more. We simplify the tax code even more. We repeal more job-killing regulations, and we see millions of new jobs. We see wages going up. We see increased opportunity, and we build the wall. And we confirm even more strong constitutionalists to the Supreme Court and all the federal courts. That's the alpha path. And there's another path.